Hi friends, I'm going to try something a little bit different for this video for my distance learners. I'm wondering if it would be okay if I went over a bunch of lessons in one video. I will still send individual, directions via email, but I feel like my friends who are doing their learning at home are sort of missing out on the seeing art in the hallways and seeing what other classes are up to when they come into the art room. And I feel like some of my distance learners might really want to try some of the art that's going on in those higher grades. And this is a way to do that. If you do not want to do that, if this does not work, then this is the only time I'll make a video where it's all together. But I think we could at least try it and see how it goes. Okay? And, if you are super excited about drawing and art and all of that, then, you can do all of this. I would love to see that if you actually get into each little project. So, my kinder distance friends, let me rephrase that. My kinder friends in the art room started with a black piece of paper. My distance friends, if you don't have black paper, that's okay. You could use I'd like you to try to find anything other than white paper, okay? So, if you have any construction paper at all, maybe steer clear of anything super light, like this light blue. We're going for something dark, something that is just the opposite of what we would usually use. And I want to show you something that I like to do when I'm at home. I'm taking you into the storage room, which you're lucky. I don't think any other kid who is here at the school ever comes in here. So you're actually super lucky now. Okay, so at the school and here and at home, I've got cardboard saved like this, where it's, nice odd pieces here in this container. Some are already cut into a usable piece like that. This is just the back of a sketch pad. Sometimes, we've got a nice scrap from a project we've done. I've got pieces that look like this from messy mats that have been used by students, in the past. And then I've also got nice collections of boxes up there. So many boxes. I think every art teacher has that problem. Like, oh, that's a really good box. I shouldn't throw that away. I'm definitely not throwing that away. So you can get out something like that to do this project on too. Okay, anything that is not white is what I'm talking about. I would love to see it tried on something like newspaper even. Okay, so yeah. We started with black paper because I really wanted to think about how we look at things, because we're used to using white paper in the beginning of the project, right? Especially my younger artists. They've probably only drawn and painted on a white surface. So starting with black paper, they were already like, it's not going to show up, So we then got out a white crayon. This is, it's not an optical illusion. This is a chunky white crayon, but it's a normal crayon. And then I've got a big lid and a water bottle lid. And then these are the medicine cups that we use here at Discovery. They're like little solo cups. And what I like about a cup like this is that you can trace around this end and get one size, and trace around this end and get another size. And it's just not wasting. But yeah, these little cups are great for the art room. And that's another thing that art teachers can't throw away. Lids and, you know, just about anything. So I'm holding down this big lid here. The hand that you write with and draw with is your drawing hand. The other hand is your helper hand. You're usually holding the paper still while you're drawing or erasing or writing. When you're tracing around something, that helper hand holds the object down, because if I try to trace it and don't hold it down, it's just going to scoot away from me, okay? So I'm holding this still because I want it to stay in the exact same spot. I'm going to start here and draw all the way around it, and I'm making sure that one side of the crayon is touching this lid the whole time. And I'm going around and then back again a couple times because I want that line kind of dark. Or I guess it's actually a line that's kind of light since we're using white. And then when I lift this up, I'll have a nice white circle on black paper. Now, I'm also going to do, I'll do one of each size here. That makes a fun sound. And one side of this cup. One side of the other side. And if I accidentally get a squiggly line, that's okay. See, I kind of went wonky there. So if this happens, which it does sometimes, that's okay. I'll just sort of add a little bit here, and that actually gives us some time to talk about what we're making. We are making bubbles. So that is an example there. And we had a lot of fun with this. So after everybody had a few sizes, and if you know that you can draw circles without tracing, then you can go ahead and do that. I have flipped you guys all the way upside down, I think. We're all learning together. So if you know that you can draw a circle without tracing it, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. I would love for you to try out the tracing just to know that you know how to do it, because it's a good thing to learn, okay? So after you've gotten a couple different sizes, I like to add a few that look like they've popped with these lines. And then you can make tiny little ones. One of my friends remembered that when she has blown bubbles, there's always a few that are sort of stuck together, right? Now, they still don't quite look the way we know that bubbles look because we need all of those other colors. This is a project that actually went really quickly. From there, just see what colors you can add in. Aria, our first grader, Aria, she wanted to make a whole page filled with bubbles. And then I thought this was friend Gwen. She's the one that remembered how sometimes you blow bubbles and you've got like a million little bubbles all stuck together, just kind of floating through the air. Our second graders were working on their trucks from our trucks book that we went over. And we had a lot of friends who were finishing up because that was a big piece of paper, and we were talking about taking our time, different ways to cover the paper with a marker, okay? So even though it is a project about, you know, drawing a truck and shapes, things like that, we wanted to talk a little bit about filling the space, you know, not just wildly scribbling. Not that there's anything wrong with scribbles. I love scribbles. But that sometimes you can get a different effect when you use the wide side of the marker and mindfully, purposely fill that space. This is Caleb from second grade's truck drawing, and this was a truck that he sort of invented, and I was just really happy with the way that he took up all of the paper. Friends did a really great job coloring in, really took his time here coloring this entire thing in, and I was really proud of him.